Hi, and welcome to your 10 Minutes to Fitness, your month of January challenge here on Kuhn, Kraft Yoga and Design with me. My name is Laura. Nice to meet you if you are just joining us as we are getting started in this challenge. This is week 2, day 3, and today we have cardio, and we're going to work some yoga cardio. So it's going to be a vinyasa flow, quick. We're going to do a lot in just 10 to 15 minutes here, and we're going to get started right away at the top of our mat. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to have the feet about hip width apart. Allow the arms to come down to the side. We're just going to take one very short moment here to take a breath, close the eyes, feel the weight shift between the right and the left leg as we take just a moment to get grounded and before we get started into our practice. Take a nice inhale. Exhale it out through the nose. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale it out through the nose. So on the next inhale, we're going to lift the arms up to the sky, starting with our Surya Namaskar A, lifting the arms up. And then on an exhale, we're going to fold forward, swan dive the arms as we fold over the legs into a halfways or a forward fold. And then halfways lift, inhale. Exhale as we plant the hands. We're going to step the feet back and then bend the elbows as we chaturanga lower. Inhale, lift to an upward facing dog or cobra, your choice. And then from here, we're going to exhale and come into a downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, let's just take one inhale. And exhale it out. Feel the shoulders spread wide across the back. From here, we're going to step or jump the feet up and in between the hands. Feet, shoulder, hip width apart. Inhale, halfways lift. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. One more time. Let's bend the knees slightly as we lift up, coming into our Tadasana, lifting the arms, maybe taking a slight back bend as we gaze up towards the hands. And then exhale the hands down through heart center. One more time. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale the hands up. Lift, reach for the sky, and then swan dive, forward fold, lead with the chest. Keep the back of the leg straight as you forward fold over the front of the body. And then inhale, halfways lift, the back is straight. Exhale, let's place the hands down onto the mat. You can step or jump back into plank. From here, shift forward, bend the elbows as we chaturanga lower. Inhale up to our upward facing dog. And this time we're going to exhale to our downward facing dog. Take a pause in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale it out through the nose. On the next inhale, let's reach that right leg up to the sky for a 3-legged dog. And when you're ready, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest. Place the foot between the hands as we come through runner's lunge and then lift up into a crescent pose. So the back heel is lifted and the arms are alongside the ears. On the next inhale, we're going to open up that left hip, coming into warrior 2. Exhale, sink down into the hips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep that front knee bent as you bring the right arm up and overhead. And from here, we're going to inhale back into our warrior 2. And then exhale. On the next inhale, let's draw the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, pull the fingertips down, reach the knuckles for the mat as we lift up with the chest. And then exhale, we're going to forward fold, humble warrior. Draw that right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. From here, we're going to keep the chest low, come up onto the back toes, and then step the left foot all the way to the top to meet the right foot. And then release the hands, widen out the feet. You can take a moment to play around with an arm balance if you'd like to take a crow. We're going to come into crow, or you can just step back, jump back into plank. From crow, you can also play with your chaturanga, lower down, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push it back into downward facing dog. One inhale here. Exhale, release it out. On the next inhale, let's lift the left foot, reach it up to the sky for a 3-legged dog, and then draw it in, round into the torso. Bring that left foot in between the hands, come through runner's lunge, and then come up into our crescent. As we come up here, we take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, open up, and then lower down, shift into the hips for your warrior 2 on the right side. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Take a moment to inhale here. And exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to draw the hands back behind the back again. Interlace the fingers. Draw the fingers down towards the earth as we lift the chest up, heart open. And then exhale, humble warrior. Draw the left elbow into the inside of that left knee. Pausing here. And when you're ready, we're going to shift the weight into that left foot. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Shift the torso to face the top edge of the mat. Maybe take a big step with that right foot and bring it to the outside of to the outer edge of your mat. Release the hands, bring them down. You can either jump back into a plank, step back, or if you want to play around with an arm balance, you can come into crow and jump back. Chaturanga, lower, lift up. And when you're ready, push back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment in your downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, release. On the next inhale, let's lift the left leg up for a three-legged dog. And then draw the left knee in, rounding the upper back as you draw the left knee to chest, coming into plank, three-legged plank. And then push it back for 1. Bring it in for 2. Push it back for 2. Bring it in for 3. Push it back for 3. The next time we'll draw it in. Pause here. Start to roll onto the outer edge of that right foot, keeping the left knee bent if you're able. And then we're coming to a side plank tree pose to begin with. Holding here in our tree pose. And then if you're able, we're going to come into a star shape. Extend that left leg in your side plank. And we're going to lower and lift for 1. Challenge your balance. Lifting for 2. Lower and lift for 3. Lower, lift for 4. Lower, lift for 5. Holding here. We're going to turn and pivot onto that right foot, coming into a wild thing, flipping your dog, lifting the chest, reaching for the front side of the room with that left hand, coming into a back bend. As you're ready, we're going to slowly lift that left leg. Place the left hand back down. Keep the left knee lifted as we roll onto the inside edge of the right foot. Open up to a fallen triangle, bringing the left foot underneath you, extending, lifting the hips, reaching the arm up towards the sky. Inhale here. And then exhale. Let's bring that right arm, lift the left foot. The right hand comes down into a plank. Pivot back onto the right ball of the foot. The left knee is into the chest once more. And from here, we're going to lower the left knee to the left wrist. Lift it up. Lower to the left wrist for 1. And lift. For 2. And lift. Lower for 3. And lift. And lower for 4. And lift. Last one, 5. And lift. Draw it into your chest. And then go ahead and place that left foot back down. Take a moment. Take a breath. And we're downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale it out. One more. We'll do the opposite side. Lift the right foot up to the sky for a three-legged dog. And then draw the right knee to chest. Shift forward into a three-legged plank. Shoot it back for a three-legged dog. Shift forward for a plank. We'll go 3 more times. On the last one, draw the knee into the chest. We're going to start to rotate onto the outside of the left hand, coming into a side plank. Tree variation with the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Draw the right hand up to the sky. And when you're ready, we're going to open up the right foot, coming into a star pose. From your star, we're going to lower and lift the leg for 1. Lower and lift for 2. Lower and lift for 3. Lower, lift for 4, lower, and lift for 5. On the last one, we're going to flip our dog. Come over into wild thing. Lift the hips. Press into the outer edge of the left foot. Lift the back and the chest as we reach with the right hand. And from here, we're going to shift, lifting the left foot, or the right foot actually, off of the mat, rolling onto or through plank and drawing that right knee underneath us, shifting over onto the right hand as we lift the hand up towards the sky. Draw that right foot out to the side, lift the hips for fallen triangle. Lifting and holding here. When you're ready, we're going to place the left hand down. Lift the left foot. Draw the right knee in. Adjust your stance if needed. Draw that right knee to chest. And then we're going to take 5 lowers. Right knee towards the right wrist. And lift for 1. Lower down. And lift it up for 2. Down. And lift for 3. Down. And lift for 4. Down. And lift for 5. Down. And up for 6. Oh, I threw another one in there. Tricked you. We have a downward facing dog. We're just going to push back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Inhale. And exhale. Release it out. Take a moment. Exhale. Release. When you're ready, we're going to take a big step. Step the feet up to the outside of the hands. And we're going to come into Malasana, or yogi squat. Taking a second in our yogi squat just to find our pose and maybe to catch our breath. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale it out through the mouth. From here, we're going to take some leg lifts and then back down into yogi squat. So we're going to push into the feet, stand up, push the weight into the right foot, extend the left foot out long, and then we're going to return from where we came. Pushing down into yogi squat, this time shifting over onto the left side. Extend the right foot out long, bringing the knee back in, coming into our Malasana. Lift, extend, lower. Lift, extend, and lower. Lift, extend, and lower. Lift, extend, and lower. Very good. We'll do that 5 more times on each side. A huge workout for the hips. Also quite invigorating. Also working on your balance. We have 3 more reps on each side. This is a very deep squat, so if you don't feel like you can come as low, you don't have to. Let's take just 1 more on each side, and we'll return back into our yogi squat. From here, go ahead and wiggle it out if you need to. When you're ready, without using your hands, just allow yourself to come back down onto the mat. We're going to come onto our backs. And we're going to take bridge pose. In your bridge pose, take a moment. Feel so that your heels are in line with the knees. Arms are in a low V. And then start to lift the hips. Maybe walk the shoulders underneath you. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale it out. 1 more in. And then exhale, we're going to release it down. Option here. We're going to close out the class either using bridge or coming into wheel pose. So if you are in bridge, go ahead and start to lift the hips and hold. If you want to come to wheel pose, come into your bridge. And then from here, we're going to take the hands alongside the ears, point the fingertips down by the toes, and we're going to push into the hands, lift the hips, maybe come up onto the crown of the head first, however you like to come into your wheel. And then we're going to push the chest through the arms, gaze behind you, maybe straighten the legs if that feels good. You can also walk the legs in. Your version of wheel, take a nice inhale. And then exhale. If you're in bridge, lower down. If you're in wheel, softly lower. Bring the head of the Bring the crown of the head to the mat and then lower all the way from your spine to your tailbone. And whether you were in bridge or in your wheel pose, we're going to just shift the knees from the left and then bring them over to the right. Once more to the left and once more over to the right. When you're ready, you can roll onto your side. And we're going to come up to the center of our mat into a seated position. Closing out our practice in a nice easy seat, we're going to take an inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, and then draw the arms and the hands down through heart center. Closing out our very short and very heart invigorating practice for some yoga cardio in less than 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that. If you are one who really wants to go at it today, run through this program again. Find any of the other JanYOUary playlists. Again, keyword is you, JanYOUary. This is all about you and finding time for your practice and also changing it up. It doesn't have to be yoga every day, and you can also explore new aspects of yoga just by trying this month-long challenge. Today we had cardio. In a couple days we're going to have a nice restful practice. I hope you enjoy this practice. As always, hit subscribe so that you get every one of these new videos, especially for the month of January. This is a really fun challenge. I hope you'd enjoyed it. Had a great day. Have a great day. Make it a good one. Bye.